like to see her free with peace and justice, and every child to learn of liberty. I'd like to take my brothers and my sisters home again, and never have to work across the sea. And this is what I'd like to have for Ireland, the country that has made us what we are, to breathe the air of freedom in her mountains and her streets, and give the children peace instead of war. Since you've asked me what I'd like to have for Ireland, what I have to say is simple, short and plain. Is Irishmen to think and act as brothers, and love to take the place of hate and pain? I'd have the Belfast man walk down to Galway, and everyone he'd meet would take his hand. I'd have the Cork man wander up to Derry on the Foyle, and feel that he is in his native land. And this is what I'd like to have for Ireland, the country that has made us what we are, to breathe the air of freedom in her mountains and her streets, and give the children peace instead of war. Since you've asked me what I'd like to have for Ireland, to tell the truth, the thing I'd like the best is Irishmen all looking to the future, and bygones would be bygones laid to rest. Let tomorrow be the time for laughing children. May they grow in love and friendship day by day. May their understanding of each other give us hope that in Ireland we can find a better way. And this is what I'd like to have for Ireland, the country that has made us what we are, to breathe the air of freedom in her mountains and her streets, and give the children peace instead of war, to breathe the air of freedom in her mountains and her streets, and give the children peace instead of war. Mellow the moonlight to shine is beginning. Close by the window, young Eileen is spinning. Bent o'er the fire, her blind grandmother sitting is crooning and moaning and drowsily knitting. Eileen Macara, I hear someone tapping. 'Tis the ivy, dear mother, against the glass flapping. Eileen, I surely hear somebody sighing. 'Tis the sound, mother dear, of the autumn winds dying. Merrily cheer.
Some of the things that were on in the parish hall there, or the fountain hall as it was
It was
before that.
great, the fountain hall there.
Yeah.
That was a great hall.
Yeah,
There was everything in it.
yes.
And the pigeon men used to run a pigeon ball every year, and
Yeah?
all the
What was
pigeon.
that?
It was all night dance for the pigeon men run.
Right.
We all went, half a crowd for an all night dance. It was
Right.
great.
Great. Yeah.
Oh, it used to be great.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Oh, well, a terrible lot of the men about there had all pigeons, you know, and had a pigeon club.
Okay. Yes. Uh-huh.
And it was always good dancing, and it was always good. We went to dancing, and the Irish dancing, the English dancing and all.
Yes.
Went to them all.
Right. Uh-huh.
We missed nothing in it.
Right. Good. And there was shows put on there too, wasn't there?
Aye, there was concerts, it was great. I acted in every concert in it.
Did you?
I acted in them all. I was a bit of an actor.
Yes. Uh-huh.
My brother, you know Annie Mullen, her father,
Uh-huh.
was my brother. He was a great actor, Jimmy Mitchell.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And Kitty Kane's Uncle Joe.
Kitty Kane.
Kitty acted in the concert with me too. We were
Right,
all in the
yes.
dramatic club.
What concerts or shows stand out? Did you remember that you acted in?
They were all three-act dramas, you know, The Turn of the Road and The Auction and Kellybuck and all that.
Yes. Uh-huh. Yes. Uh-huh.
It was good.
And who produced them?
Oh, well, it was all these, what do you call him, from those area players. You had to book, you got to book to learn your part. We were all in it.
Yes.
They were good. And they were a great crowd of actors.
Yes.
They were all good, every one of them.
And you played at packed houses too.
The concert would have run for a week, and it was crowded every night. Every
Wonderful.
night it was
Wonderful.
run
Uh-huh.
for a week.
Yes.
That's the truth.
Terrific.
Couldn't have got a ticket.
Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah.
And they brought the soldiers up to carry them out to the graveyard. There wasn't enough people here to.
Mm-hmm.
I always remember being in the back of an army lorry going up the Whitewell Road. We had no option. We had to go. The roof and all of the place was all wrecked. And we were in the back of this army lorry, and I remember looking back down the Whitewell Road. And it was like one of those scenes that you're looking at in Kosovo, or whatever you call that place,
Yes.
you know,
Uh-huh.
with their bundles on their shoulders
Yes.
and their blankets
Taking whatever you
and their
could.
clothes, whatever you stood up in. My granny had the butter ration in her hand
Mhm.
on a plate. It was totally unprepared for anything like that here we were.
I remember running up the mill road, you know, looking for a field up past the graveyard, and the woman beside me says, "I swear for them, they don't know they're living." You know, the ones in the graveyard, when we're past the graveyard, says, "I swear for them, as they don't know they're living."
Hall that night. We were in the Ulster Hall. Delia Murphy was there, and we were in the Ulster Hall that night, and they wouldn't let us out. And I was terrified because my granny said we had to be in at a certain time, you see. So when we got the door opened, there's three of us bunked out of the Ulster Hall, and we walked right into the thick of it in Royal Avenue. Never forget it. Saw a bus. You know the library in Royal Avenue? There's a double-decker bus head first in the whole in Royal Avenue. It was terrible. Never saw anything like it in my life. Wild.
I think the Greencastle got a right.
Oh, got an awful banging. Got an awful. There was that Barbara Street. There was a family in it called, you mind Emily Black's family? 10 of them killed. 10.
One of them girls worked in the factory
That's
too. She
right.
was
Down from the grandmother down to the grandchildren were all killed.
Well, I was in the Whitewell Drive when the Blitz come, and behind the door.
Oh, I was around the stairs.
Uh,
I was at this dance.
well, we went in there too.
I was in the Florida Hall, run down the road in the
I
middle of it.
know.
And she come down with girls, and they decided to go to the sisters, and the girls turned round and said
Said
to
to me,
Gina,
"You go on home."
and she was all cut.
She says your mom only
Next
said to
morning
go
they were all
home.
dead.
They were all killed. the next
Everyone,
morning.
and children and all.
Paul Higginson's sister was killed in it.
Aye, he was killed
He
in
was
there.
in that house.
house.
She was a chum of one of the girls, Bernadette. And he found her. She was going to look for her.
Well, there's a boy in that picture that was in the paper, and it's in that picture this morning has our thing, Hugh Doherty.
Possession going up the
Yes,
avenue.
well, his mother, his father was at sea, and his mother ran over to her sister on the other side of the street with her two wee girls and the boy. and she was killed and the 2 girls were killed, but the other lady's husband took the wee boy out of his arms, and he was they dug him out the next morning, and when they were digging him out he moved, and somebody says, oh, Danny's alive. He was a milkman, Danny McKay. Mary McKay's a relation of hers, and when they lifted him out, this child was alive and underneath him, but he was dead. Well, that's the boys in that photograph. It's on that.
I have one.
Yeah.
My husband's in it.
Well, and then his father remarried, and his father was killed in the Rhino del Pacifico. Do you remember? It was blown up in the loch. Aye, it was gone out in its trials, and the engine. There was a whole lot of people killed on the Rhino del Pacifico, and his father then was killed on it, and his mother and his sisters were killed in the Blitz. Ethna Carberry, at Locharima. She wrote. They did. Do you know where they lived? Do you remember Bees's big house, as they called it? It was at the bottom of Dandy Street, and it was pulled down when we were at school. Bees. Do you remember they had at the bottom of Dandy Street there was this big house. It ended up in flats in the end, and they had a shop out the front and they sold greengrocers. Well, that's where Ethna Carby lived in that house, that old Bees house, as they called it. But it was a priest's hole or something in that house when they dug it out, the finds of it out. That's her that wrote the poem Locharima. I swear among the other, you know that? A little loch of Darklow. That's her, where they lived in there.
Belfast, that was a
Oh,
big excursion.
Oh, it was great. I used to go with my mother on a Saturday night to shop in Belfast.
Yeah.
You walked along York Street from one house to the other, you know, one shop to the other. Oh,
Yes. And how did you go in? You went
In the
by
tram.
By
In the
tram
tram.
along York Street.
tram. The
Yeah.
tram was just outside the door, you know. I always think about Rose Fitzsimmons' father. He lived in Meadows Row, and he was on the railway, and he used to come down. And he always waited till he saw the tram leaving the end of the lines, and then he run like a devil down Meadows Road till the crossroad to stop. Always mind that.
Yes.
But there was other things. The family of them lived in Meadows Row, you know. They were lived beside. Did they live beside you?
No, they were the first house in the Doors Row, and Mrs. McQuillan's shop was the second.
Well, I never mind them and living in, but I mind the Meadows.
We lived in number 14.
I know where you lived. You lived at the back of us. We lived in the front.
What about the banshee in your wall?
Oh, well, I often heard my mother talking about it. I never known.
Yes.
But she didn't say it was our wall. She said it was on the chapel wall.
Chapel wall.
The old chapel wall.
Oh,
She used to
yeah.
talk about it.
The wee woman that combed her hair.
And cried.
Right, that's
Yes.
a banshee.
To hear her talk. But we never, like my mother was old, and like she wasn't that old, she wasn't as old as I am, but we never took anything in it, she said. Didn't seem to believe, you know, it's later years, you think about them things, you know, what your mother would say. But I never, she did say about it right enough. But these, who was it talking about? The McAleeses. Well, they were reared in Meadows
We
Road.
got their house when they moved out. School, they were school
Because
teachers.
I know where all them lived, you know.
He was headmaster down there in the school. And that's
They were
where
And it's the
three
youngest
teachers.
one,
4 teachers.
It's the youngest fella of him not living yet.
I don't know.
As he was in
Michael.
Greencastle.
Michael.
And then there was a John, or a younger
John
John.
was the headmaster.
He
And then
was
there
the
was
oldest.
Michael, and then there was, do you remember the wee one, the wee dark one?
Aye. What the
Seggy.
why the
And they lived where?
They were in Meadows
And then
Road.
Lena.
The mall and the bar. Lena was a teacher in Greencastle.
They're all teachers.
And they were all on Meadows Road at that time. And there was another John, and he was another boy, and he was on the railway too.
He was one in the railway and one in the post office, I think, or something, wasn't there? Not
No,
too
as far
sure.
as I know,
But
he was on the
there was
railway
four
with the
tea-
fella.
4 teachers.
Ah,
There was.
I know
And
we
the
got
Keelties, they
their
were
house
teachers,
anyway,
Harry
when
and
they left.
Harry and
We got from Brick Row we moved up to
oh, did
the
you?
Dole Row.
the headmaster, not in my time, but in my mother's time, was Master Keelty. And then
Oh,
his
yeah.
two, his daughter,
They lived
was
in the
Marjorie
Whitewell Road
and
too.
Harry, they were both teachers
oh,
too.
ah,
They were all teachers.
Uh-huh.
You moved from Brick Road to Mendoza Road?
Yes.
Right. Where was Brick Road?
Brick Row was,
Right hand side.
you know, you wouldn't know. It was
Opposite McShane's shop.
Shop.
On the other side, there,
Yes.
just where the bridge is?
yes, there were whitewashed houses,
Yes.
one room,
Right.
right down,
Right.
Yes.
and there was
Below the ground level.
yes, and there was trees there.
Trees along front, and
Yeah.
it was below the level of the ground.
Yes, uh-huh.
Right.
And the
Was-
weighbridge was there, next door to your Uncle Jack. Was the way where the farm carts were wading their way
Right
into
in.
the market on a Friday.
And was there another row of houses?
Oh, there was, then further down, there was Boyd's Court.
Boyd's
It was
Court.
down a wee bit,
Yes.
right down.
Right.
And that was facing McGee's pub.
That
Right.
boy's writing the book. I was telling him, do you remember where Betty McAfee lived?
Yes, two wee houses.
2 wee houses.
Aye,
Well,
they were
that was a school, and that was an
were-
integrated
They were
school.
down the
Right.
way, weren't
Yes.
they? They
Yes,
were.
they were at the side.
Ah,
They were at the side.
ah.
Schoolhouse Row, and
then
there
there
were
were houses below that again.
Yes, that was
Ivy Row.
Ivy Row.
Ah,
And White
Schoolhouse Row was the original school,
ah,
and it was integrated.
ah.
Protestants and Catholics went to it.
Oh,
Yeah. Miss Murphy did a part of her teacher training in it. Remember her telling me that? Aye, it wasn't yesterday.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But Greencastle was a very integrated village.
Oh, yes.
Those
Oh,
days,
yeah.
wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
Very, very mixed.
Yeah.
ah.
Mhm, yeah.
There was nobody had really any more than anybody else in it, you know, it was all,
No, have one another.
only,
Yes.
now and again we used to get about, you live up the Whitewell Road. In the war, yes,
When,
uh-huh.
and you had rationing on?
Bread rationing, yes.
Yeah. And what did
We-
you have to do?
Just lined up there, everybody lined up, and you got so many loaves of bread, you know.
Yeah. This was on the other side
And,
of the street here, what do you call it?
Yeah, that was originally St John's Hall, that belonged to Parochial Hall, belonged to St John's Church. That's, you know, is that Presbyterian or Church of
St
Ireland?
John's Church of Ireland.
Church of Ireland, yes.
Right?
That was their hall.
That was their hall.
That was their hall. You'd know by the look of it, it was a kind of a
Church hall.
church hall.
Yeah.
And that was their hall, and they brought the bread there, and you lined up and you got the bread there.
Mhm.
Because I remember Lily Wilson lined up, famous Lily Wilson in
Yes,
our
tell us about
village.
the Wilsons. They lived along the
Yes,
front here.
uh-huh.
They were a big family.
No, they're
Yes.
a big family.
Many of them
They-
was there altogether.
I think it was about 13 in was
Oh, there was more than that. Sure, I've the picture we had in the Star, there was 17 of them.
17.
Uh-huh. And they weren't all
Two
there.
girls name living in White Abbey yet. I have a wee photograph.
Oh, they're coming to this doing Friday night.
Mhm.
34 of them.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
George, I know him. They were good people too. They were good.
Yeah.
They were all great people, some great people in this parish at one time.
Yeah.
Who there was.
Some of the kind of shops along the road there, you had McGrogan's and
Yes, there was
Oh.
Molly Grogan, Peter,
Sid.
Sid Grogan's mother. They had a shop there. My sister. Maureen's granny, they had it first, the Cashes. And then my sister was married in Harry Cash. And when they were giving up the shop, Maggie and Harry come down into that shop.
Right.
And then Maggie McGalligan had a shop. There's 4 shops, not big
Well,
road.
there's that road.
Wee Bobby McGalligan's mother had one.
Yes.
And McLean's, you know Mrs. McLean.
Chains, yeah.
She had a shop there.
Yes.
Yeah, the Doonans lived in that road too.
Yes.
You know John Doonan that Mrs. Tolman had that died with.
That's right.
His father and mother lived there. They all lived there. Ah, God. We're all great old people.
Yes.
Very old, huh?
And on the other side of the street, the other side of the road, on your side where you lived, what shops was there? There was McVeigh's in the corner.
Aye, well that was it. at the top
At
of
the
that
top there?
big row up there.
Yes.
And here were these is built. This was Catherine's, this was McDole's row,
Knowles Road.
and Tate's row. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
In fact, I think this part was Tate's row for it run along. And it is where we are now. This was Tate's row for the Chapel Avenue around Marita,
Up the side
up the side of Tate's row.
That's right, yeah.
We'd have go past Tate's row, going to chapel every time we were going to
Tate's
chapel.
Row and McDole's Road
McDole's row.
were back to back.
No, they were back to back, that's right. Well, there was good people lived there too.
Uh-huh.
They were all great people, everyone. And then Mrs. McFadden, Jimmy had the shop at the bottom of McDole's row there.
Right. Uh-huh.
So they were.
Uh-huh.
Oh, God, it was good. So, that was Nellie for you.
That was Nelly.
Nellie was stuck everywhere.
Yes.
I was never off the stage.
Uh-huh.
now I
Yes.
can go nowhere. Can't go the length of myself.
Yeah. Was it a big thing to go into Belfast in those days?
Ah, well, we didn't bother that. Like, just unless we had to go in for something, we didn't worry too much.
Yes. Uh-huh.
But we always got sent in the tram, was a tram saying.
Right.
My mother used to give you the basket and a 10 shilling note, and 2 halfpennies, a halfpenny for up and down, one down the tram.
Right.
And you went to the maypole. You started there at the railway, you got up for a halfpenny, you know, just
Okay.
the railway there. And you had the 10 shilling note, and you got all you wanted, tea, sugar, butter, jam, everything
For the
in that basket. And then you went farther up York Street a wee bit and you got the bacon out of Morris and a dozen eggs out of the egg shop and down again in the tram for a halfpenny and you'd always change out of your 10 shilling note.
Right.
Wouldn't get much now for 10
You
shillings.
certainly would. Yeah. Well, it was all in York Street.
You never went no further in York Street.
You went as far as
We could have went to Donegal Street.
Donegal Street. That was about the limit.
We never
go any
hardly went
further.
that. No. No went back.
Donegal Street was the.
For years I never knew half of the town
Yeah.
because we just started at the railway and shopped right up. All the good wee shops was along York Street, and they were all good and reasonable, you know.
Yes. Yes.
Your money stretched over them.
That's right. That's right.
That's what led you to spend the money. You know how to spend it.
Yes.
I think that was our life. And at night we never had there were no TVs or no nothing. No gramophone.
Right.
And then the girls, we all sat and knit and crocheted at night and all, and embroidered.
Right.
I had a lamp light too, we hadn't even, we had an electric light till, I must have been about 17 or 18 years of age when we got the light, when we got gas in them old houses.
Yes.
And then a year after that they decided to put in the electric. So that was it.
Yes. Yeah. You made your own clothes.
Yeah, I did indeed.
Uh-huh.
We made everything.
Yes.
Did.
And
Done all our own knitting,
then, right.
embroidered.
Yes. And this is what you did.
All the
evening
girls.
time. You know. You did this in the evening time.
Aye, and at night after all was done, everything ran up and sat down. We spent a couple of hours crocheting and knitting and every one of us done a different thing, you know.
Okay. Yes.
Because we had 7 sisters, you see, they could all crochet and knit.
Yes. Many boys. in the family?
6.
6. Right.
13 of us all together, and I'm the last of them.
Right.
So,
Right. Wonderful.
and there's only a year between us.
Is that right?
Sure they were.
Wilson's lived on the front of the road here.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
22 children.
22 of them.
Indeed.
See?
That's right. You
Yeah.
made the time of the bread strike. Sure.
What happened?
Photo was in the Belfast Telegraph coming up with
Yes, the
all
22
the big
children.
loaves.
Big loaves of bread. Uh-huh.
God help it.
Uh-huh.
But she's a good woman.
Yes.
She never was out of the chapel, Lily was.
Yes.
Everything in that chapel, Lily was in the front seat.
Yes. And the children were all sent up to the church.
And they were good children, every one of them.
Uh-huh.
And Sammy had 2 greyhounds. You know, somebody walked them for.
Yes.
Davy went up, that's my man's brother, him and another fella walked. They went up one morning to walk the greyhounds. And Davy says, I don't see the boat, Lila. pull the bed close down. They were in the bed lying. The two that's right.
The greyhounds were in the bed.
We're in the bed lying, Lily. Yeah. Laying in the bed in the wee room. That's right.
And how many children were in the bed?
Oh, I don't know many. Like she had a whole lot of sets of twins, and you know they grew up. They're a lovely family, every one of them.
Yeah.
And God help them. Like, it's only a young woman, Lily. You know, she was young.
Yeah.
She was good. Her and Sammy.
What did Sammy work at?
He had a fish and chip shop. He used to sit down the cart, sell fish and chips down the bottom of Dundee Street.
It was
on
a
the
cart, a kind of a caravan kind of thing.
I made the chips in it.
Yes.
Oh, they were lovely too.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. And he sat at the bottom of Dandy Street.
The two of them were very young, married, him and her.
Yes.
Then the mother, Mrs. Wilson herself, she had a shop, McPhay's, you know, McPhay's pub in that corner, and Maggie Wilson's shop was the next one. You know, in the row where Tom McAnally and them lived. That's where they used to live. Well, Wilson, she had a shop there. Well, she was writing good to Lily and the youngsters, you know. Well, they were great people. They were, and it was all. No, it didn't matter whether you were Catholic or not. Lily was with everybody. Lily set up with a dying, and everybody they were dying. She wrote as many prayers as the rest of us. That's the truth.
Wonderful.
She was a great wee woman. Everybody's very sad about Lily when she went. We always say if Father Murphy had a lived, Lily would have been a Catholic.
Yes.
She would. Although now some of her children did marry in the chapel and all, so they did. But they're lovely girls, every one of them, and the fellas too. Very nice.
Yeah.
Oh, she had a good family. Lily was a landmark of Greencastle.
Yes.
Everything, 80th birthday.
Right.
There was nothing wrong with her then.
Yes.
I was able to fly about there.
You're a spring chicken
And
then.
not hard. He come home from Australia. John come home. He was in New Zealand. Peter was in Tennessee in America. He come home. And then Richard and Tommy and Brenton were in England. And all them, and they all come home and they never let on to me. And Brenton come and brought me over. We're taking you over for your birthday. He says, sure, you may as well spend it with us. Never let on. Never told me. And the whole crowd come in 2 by 2 by 2. I said, in the name of God, what's going on here? They had a whole door arranged and I didn't know nothing about it. They done that with me on my 90th birthday here.
That's right. Yeah.
Didn't know a thing about it. Brenton done the same thing over again on me.
Yeah.
They just treat me whatever way they like.
It's in us all, but more especially when we're young. Another Irish lad leaves home, and another song is sung. Now the cobblestone streets were my playground. In the street I was born and I grew. So I learned how to live, how to take, how to give. It's the only world I ever knew. As I grew up, my thoughts turned to leaving. Sure, there's nothing here I would complain. So I'm not staying here, and I won't shed a tear if I never see Belfast again. Lord knows I've got my faults. One thing I know for sure, I'll never again be happier when I can dance to the Belfast waltz. When you're drinking, sure you can tell the difference, but the memories you'll always hold dear. Now sure things have been rough, but I'm happy enough. Still I wish to God Belfast was here. 'cause I've never got friends like the old ones, like the lads that I lived